So we're looking at the exact same question as we just did. And I just did that one graphically anyways, but I want to show you if you actually had to draw it out with a little bit of perfection. You know what I mean? Again, solve and isolate that radical. So you're going to get a subtract 4 from both sides. You're going to get a square root of 2x minus 1 equals to x minus 4. Graph these as y1, y2. Now, how do you do that? Well, simple. You know that that's a y equals mx plus b. You're going to start at minus 4, but you're going to rise 1, run 1. But remember, rise 1, run 1 is an equivalent fraction to something like rise 4, run 4, because 1 over 1 is 1, 4 over 4 is 1. You can even go as much as 10 over 10 if you want to. Rise of 10, run of 10. Either way, you're going to get a much more accurate diagram if you use a bigger set of numbers. But I don't want to use 10 over 10 because that might just go right off the graph or be on the edge of the graph. I'm going to use 4 over 4. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to rise 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to run 4. Well, that's obvious. It's going to be here. And I'm going to put a very, very pretty line that goes all the way across like that. Beautiful. And I'm going to extend it all the way across the graph. Because if you don't extend it across the graph, you have to put arrows on it to indicate that this is a continuous line, right? Details. All right, now let's go into looking at this guy. Again, we got to identify our A, B, H, and K. Now, your A value is the value up front. That's, of course, going to be 1. So there is no vertical stretch. Your B value, well, wait a second. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You know your B value is 2, but watch out for the H. Because remember, you have to factor this guy, right? So you got to take the 2 out, leaving you an x minus a half. So that means your H value actually is a positive a half, and you're going to start that puppy right there. Okay? Your K value, there is no K with this because we moved the K over to the other side. So K works out to be 0. So in fact, you're going to start right about there. Now, the cool thing is you know and I know that this graph actually goes out. The solution for this, we found out, equals to about 7.8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. This should be somewhere around here. So I can draw that graph now to look something like this. And again, if I want to prove that on a calculator, I would put this guy as my y1 and my y2, and I would solve it that way. Remember what I did right back here. Remember that? That was on the previous podcast. I put in my y equals to 2x minus 1, my y2 is x minus 4. I graphed it and I hit that intersect and I found out that number to be about 7.8. Now, the cool thing is, if you look at this question, again, it's pretty hard to do this graphically, but you put in the calculator, you get that kind of decimal, you get that approximate number, and that'll suffice in a question like this.